Together with Gator Golf?
Come here, you little black bitch. Your ass belongs to me. I tell you what you can and can't do with it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I didn't say I was leaving.
Shut up! Now you whores sit down, I want to talk to you. Anybody thinking about leaving here is going to find my left foot square up their ass. Do you understand it?
Why?
Shut up, you junkie whore! I'm talking to you. And those two bitches that left, they better learn to sell pussy in Iceland, because if I ever see them again, I'm going to cut their fucking throats. We're a family. And that's what we're gonna stay. I got important business out there today. And when I call you, I want you to come out there and shake your asses proper. You hear? Huh? Now get out there and make it look good.
Salute, man. You already know it's your boy Stony Rockstar back at you with an official jump off, man. This shit is crazy, man. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When I made the parole board, and before I made the parole board, I already had preparations and ideas of trying to hit the bricks running and trying to get a job, right? So once I made the parole board, you know, I'm going to the town now with my wife and shit. You dig? My wife came to pick me up with my daughter and shit. You know what I'm saying? We spent out. I went to the bank and got that little bit of bread that I saved up and shit to hit the bricks running, you heard? So now, you know, I'm thinking I need to get a job because I ain't coming out here trying to sling no bricks. I ain't trying to go back to that type of life. Like, that shit is kind of a wrap. Really, sometimes you can't get caught back into it, because I told you a story when I was over there slinging that K2 when that shit was really pumping and I was really trying to get my bread up, because I ain't gonna lie, I had a job that I was really tired of, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker telling me what to do and all that. I wanted to be my own boss, so I kind of got caught back up in the life, and I was slinging and clocking them dollars over there, motherfucking up in Harlem by motherfucking Space Park. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfucking Lexington. You know what I'm saying? So I was over there. So you was over there. You know, you might have seen me and I might have sold you some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my first job after 25 years from being in transition with a bunch of niggas to being in transition with a bunch of bitches. I'm talking about my nigga. Yo, check out the story, right? So I come home, you know what I'm saying? So the first job that I get, besides some other shit, right? Some little shit. I'm talking about being in the midst of mad, beautiful women, right? So check it. You know, the transition, you from here, now you in one world, now you in another world. It's like, whoa. So check it. So when I was up north, I always studied the art of seduction anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now I feel like I got the opportunity to put this shit in motion. You dig what I'm saying? And capitalize and hone my skills of what I learned and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I go to this job agency up in motherfucking hold up. So I go to this job agency, right? So I go to this job agency and shit. Up in motherfucking Broadway. Over there with the Dominicans be. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the Heights, Washington Heights, right? So I go up in there, because you gotta remember, if you don't know, I speak Spanish too and shit, right? So at the end of the day, so I go up in there, I'm G-Macking and shit. So they know that I speak Spanish, right? And they had only like a few other blacks and shit that be there too and shit. But being that I speak Spanish, they sent me to this job and shit, right? In New Jersey, right? They sent me to this job in New Jersey. Now I had 200 people, 30 niggas, and 170 females in that motherfucker, bro. Nigga, feel like a kid in a candy store in that motherfucker, bro. Like it was a smorgasbord for a nigga. And you know I'm putting it on because I'm a Harlem nigga. I had my motherfucking braids with the motherfucking rubber bands in it matching my outfit. I was getting my motherfucking hair done every other week. I was on my motherfucking Dean, you heard? Because I'm in the midst, nigga. I'm in the midst You know what I'm saying? This shit is on and popping. So it's nothing but Spanish females in there, Dominicans, Colombians, motherfucking Mexican bitches. Like, yo, the shit is fucking bananas, right? So we come up in there, so we the New York set to come in there, and they had a couple of bitches that was in the van that looked kind of good too and shit, right? So so I get there. I ain't really concerned about none of the bitches in the van right now because this shit right here is looking spectacular, right? So I get up in the motherfucker and like, you know, what we was doing in it was like a factory though, right? It was like a factory and shit. And they did like perfumes and motherfucking everything, man. I just remember the name brand of the perfume that they had, but they did like a lot of shit. You know what I mean? For a lot of brands. So up in there. So the first bros that was on my body was two sisters, my nigga. Like two sisters, two Dominican sisters. And like this, yo. So one of them was kind of all that in the face. You dig what I'm saying? But she had a fat ass though, right? And the other one was mad cute, light skin with light brown eyes and shit. So at the end of the day, being that I couldn't choose between either one and I didn't want to come between two sisters, you dig what I'm saying? And plus there was so many other bitches, I kind of spent off from that shit. I left that shit alone because cause both of them liked me. And I ain't want to come between two sisters and shit like that because both of them was in competition for me. So I kind of spent off and kind of left that shit alone because they had mad different bitches in there. And it's crazy, so I'm getting it in. So then, make a long story short, my nigga. Bitches was coming and going, right? So we talking to this bitch today, vibing with this bitch for a couple of days, then they go and they don't even come back to the job. So what I started doing is start fucking with nothing but the badass manager bitches only. Bitches that's there every fucking day and they not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them bitches. The regular bitches and all that shit ain't guaranteed they gonna come back. I started fucking with the manager bitches, right? So first, it was a Slim Goody. She was Mexican broad, right? Slim, pretty, yo. That bitch, man, like, my nigga. It's just so many bitches I could tell you about that I was dealing with at the same fucking time. It's just hard to figure out where to fucking start. So let's get past all the regular smugglers that come and go, right? So I just start fucking with nothing but the fucking managers. So one manager, she's slim, long hair, that bitch, man, we just start making eye contact and shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? And just start pulling her to the side and vibing with her, kicking it with her, right? So now, then there was another girl, right? That the baddest bitch in, there's 170 bitches. There's like the top fucking 5. And out of the top 5, this bitch was like the baddest bitch there. And me, I always go for the baddest bitch, right? It's just something in my blood. I always go for the baddest bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because once I start running through bitches and making that eye contact and making rhythm with bitches, and I'm looking at me, we're making so much contact with different bitches, I gotta dodge this bitch from catching me, making eye contact with her, and then or talking to her, and I gotta dodge this because this bitch is over there, and she watching me now, and I'm making eye contact with her, I'm talking to her, and pulling her to the side, talking to her in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Got her number, and I got this bitch number, I'm talking to this bitch and that bitch, and now it's become like, this fucking ridiculous, because now from over here talking to her, I gotta watch her. Not only gotta watch her, I gotta watch her right there and the bitch in the back of me. So this shit is crazy. So now, Maria, the baddest bitch, to me, she was the baddest bitch. She was like my complexion, Dominican broad. She had the crazy nice fat ass and she had these big ass calves, my nigga. And when this bitch walk, you know what I'm saying? So when I first used to see her, right? I saw scoping her out. I'm like, I want this one. I'm a breeze through with these bitches, no doubt. But the one that I got my focus on is this bitch right here, right? So the first time I seen her come through, cause when we come in the morning, they got like the lunchroom and you eat breakfast and shit like that. So I parlay right here and I do my little thing and shit, right? So she always come by, boom, open the door and go. She never sit out there with us. Know what I'm saying? Because she was like one of the managers and she sitting up back and shit like that. And you hardly ever see this bitch besides going to lunch break or whatever like that. Sometimes she might come out there. But not all the time. Sometimes she sit in the motherfucking office and eat her shit. And she knows she's top choice in that motherfucker, right? So I'm like this. So one day she was coming through, know what I'm saying? I said something to her. And then I turned around and I caught her looking at me through the window mirror. Know what I'm saying? We caught on because I said, okay. Know what I'm saying? I just planted that seed because I'm trying to holler at Shorty. Shorty like better than motherfucking and me. I'm putting it on. I'm a New York nigga. I'm a Harlem nigga up in New Jersey with them New Jersey bitches. Know what I'm saying? So I'm putting it on, nigga. I've got different flyers, different colors on. Because you know color attracts a female. And motherfucking cologne, I'm smelling gooder than a motherfucker. My braids is long. My motherfucking rubber bands, they match each shit. My shit lit. I'm coming in different hairstyles. Motherfucking Iversons and every motherfucking thing else. I'm putting it on because I'm in the midst of all these bad bitches. So I'm putting it on, nigga. Right? So bitches, they nigga. So now I finally, know what I'm saying, get a little chance to say something to her real quick as motherfuckers is moving, because you through lunch break is you coming through the hallway, you going this way, motherfuckers is coming through. So all of a sudden, Maria, because we all used to have to wear lab coats and shit. Know what I'm saying? With the jump off, covering our heads and shit, lab coats, chemicals and shit, right? And gloves and all that shit. So now at the end of the day, Maria started just coming on the floor. When she always in that shit, this bitch is on the floor now. I'm like, oh, it's on and popping, right? So me and Shorty start making mad eye contact and shit like that. And vibing and shit, And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get at this shit. So so now I'm like, okay, let me use this motherfucking strategy. Cause I know, cause niggas was telling me, nah, don't fuck with her. That bitch is conceited and she thinks you all that and all of that shit like that. So I'm like, this, okay, that's a challenge to me. I'm gonna crack her motherfucking code. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. It's like that. It's that type of energy. Well, I'm gonna crack her motherfucking code. You dig? So I start using the art of seduction. If she a hard bitch to get like that, when I got something for. So after I'm making mad eye contact with her, giving her attention and all that shit, like vibing with little bits here and there, and she coming over to the table and a little bit of here and a little bit of there, right? So what I did was I drew my attention from her, right? So I just drew my attention from her. And once I drew my attention from her, one day the bitch was like, well, this nigga not looking at me no more, right? Because you gotta play this game. It's called the hot and cold technique. So I used the hot and cold technique on the bitch. I was mad hot with her, looking, giving her mad attention, all that shit, right? And then all of a sudden, I stopped giving her attention that day. I ain't look at her not one time. So all of a sudden I'm over there working at my motherfucking station on the motherfucking jump off on the conveyor belt and all that shit. And then all of a sudden I look up, guess who's there? Motherfucking Maria. Like, damn, nigga, like, now you coming to me straight up and pass my phone. So put your number in that shit. Right? So Shorty put a number in it. The hot and cold shit really do work, especially for a bitch. Know what I'm saying? This on that hot Diddy shit and acting like, know what I'm saying? She can't get touched. So anyway, she put a number in and shit. I bagged Shorty, right? So now, something happened, bro. I can't remember what happened, but they started putting me in the back, right? Where the niggas is doing forklifts and all type of shit. So I'm not in the front. I'm not in the front with the bitches no more. But I come out to get like the garbage boxes and bring it to the back and all that shit, right? So while I'm back there, I started doing they had little dips. I'm doing little dips and shit. So it was a Puerto Rican kid back there and shit. Know what I'm saying? And the nigga was trying to act a little tough with a nigga. He was cool, but he be trying to stunt in front a little bit. Know what I'm saying? So I was doing the little dips and like the nigga got me fired from back there. That's how I felt. So one day he told me, he said, yo, I like that one right there. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a Colombian bitch, little bad, pretty motherfucker, little brown skin, long hair, pretty, but she was a manager. He was telling me how much he liked Shorty and shit like that, right? So I'm like, yeah, she nice, bro. So now all of a sudden I get fired from back there or whatever, like. So I feel like he did it. I feel like he the one that told when I'm doing the little dips or some shit, right? So now I'm back in the front and the way I really want to be any fucking way. Know what I'm saying? So now, okay, that's the bitch that he like. Alright, cool. So what I did, I purposely just started, bumping into her and just giving her eye contact, talking to her, saying little shit in Spanish, and started pulling her in, lowering her in, threw the motherfucking lure out there, the hook, and pulling her shit in. And I'm just going to bag your bitch because you like her, and motherfucker, you the one that got me fired. So now I'm scoping on your bitch. I already bagged the baddest bitch in there, got her, and when we leave, we gotta leave back in the van and go back to New York. So she drive a car. So one day I was like, yo, I told him, yo, I'm not coming back with you. I'm going to pull off with Shorty, know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to come back in the morning and then you can still take the money out for the ride and shit like that, right? So I went over there, you know what I'm saying, smashed Shorty, put the beats on that shit, killed that shit upside down, round and round we go. Know what I'm saying? So anyway, so now I'm scoping on this nigga bitch because he don't like me, right? He did some sucker shit. So now I pull her in and we making contact every day, right? So it's on and popping. I got her open, bro. I got her open, my nigga. So Shorty be coming through all the time. We making mad eye contact. So now, one day, like, sometimes you slip up. You talking to so many different girls at the same fucking time. You slip up, right? So then remember the Mexican broad, the manager too. I still got her. We making mad eye contact, trying to line her up. Then there's another Colombian broad. She wasn't the manager, but she was on my body hard, and she always there all the time. And one of the Dominicans, he was like, you should fuck with her, cause the only dude that I was fucking with that was cool, that I was vibing with, was Panama. So we sit there in the morning, eat breakfast and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was like dark skin like me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the rest of them is like light skinned Spanish people and shit. So I'm chilling with Panama, we kicking it and shit like that. And sometimes I used to go over there and work with Panama and shit like that. And G-Mac. Panama's a fly nigga too. So we be chilling. So what happened is, Shorty, right? She was open. I got her open now, right? I got her number and the whole shit, right? So now, one day Maria come over. And one thing motherfucking Artist Seduction always told me, if a female, just before I fucked her, just before I bagged her and all that shit, right? A female has always got to touch you, right? If a female likes you, she gonna make it her business some way to touch you. Either they touch you here, they do that, they gotta touch you. So one day Maria came over and and she put her pinky finger on my pinky finger, right? Cause the female gotta touch you. If they feel you, they gotta touch you, my nigga, right? So back to the beat. So anyway, so Maria come over and it was a holiday or some shit. So I whispered in the ear about something, trying to get with her, and so I pulled her over. So the lady, one of the other managers, is watching that shit. So I called Maria, yo, come here. I whispered, man. I didn't know that the bitch that I'm trying to bag, the bitch that he liked, was standing right there. And when she seen that shit, bro, I seen the contouriness on her face, bro. This bitch started crying. The bitch started crying, right? I'm dead ass, my nigga. Yo, one thing I learned, what they say about the art of seduction, that is like witchcraft, my nigga. Cause you using like eye contact technique that's and body language, and you using different type of skills and shit that, have a bitch open. It's like you casting spells on these bitches. You dig what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, man, after I seen her contour to how hurt she was and shit, I was like, this shit is really powerful because I had this bitch under a spell, my nigga. Like, this shit really works. If you look at the art of seduction, they're going to tell you this shit is demonic. They're going to say the art and skill that you using right now is demonic because you learning certain techniques and shit like that you casting spells. Like just the eye contact and just certain gestures and movements and things that you do, know what I'm saying, is you casting spells on these bitches while you vibing with them, right? So anyway, I felt kind of bad. I was like, damn, look at this bitch face. Like, so now the shit, now all the bitches, all them fucking managers that I was talking to go inside the office and now I'm busted. Now it all comes out. So she tells Maria about me fucking with her and this and that. And the other one, the Mexican one, right? So I'm busted. And I'm not giving you the whole total spill on everybody because I can't. It take too fucking long. I'm just getting to the bread and the fucking meat of the shit. I was talking to man bitches at the same fucking time, bro. Know what I'm saying? And I was I was doing my lore shit, like the eye contact. You know, eyes is the key, is the the windows to the soul. So when you got that motherfucking spirit in you and you doing certain shit that you know how to do, nigga, and the shit is like the shit is real. I learned that the shit is real. It really works, nigga. Like this bitch just broke down, started crying. I ain't even fuck her yet. Just started crying. You see Couture. I was like, damn, this bitch. I was felt bad and shit. Like, damn, what I did to this bitch. So now the other nigga that found that I started fucking with this bitch, and he know I probably did it on purpose. That nigga was really hating on me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't pay that nigga no more. That nigga was a fucking clown. Like, you in there trying to act tough at a job, nigga. I didn't did 25. I didn't really smoke you up in here. I really hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to maintain the job and try to have discipline and try to be a civilian instead of a nigga that really bust your fucking head wide open. So now, so yeah. So check it. So that shit happened, right? So now the next day, none of them was talking to me. None of them was coming into my section, or none of that shit. So the Mexican girl with the long hair, so she come put her little hand, cause that little slot, like a little slot window where you could pass through shit through when it goes through the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt goes to the other side and got a little slot where the machine goes through. So she comes through and she's all of a sudden she got a wedding ring on now. Like to show me, well, I'm married anyway. So all that shit you was talking or whatever like that, cause now she's mad cause she found out I wasn't just talking to her, but I was talking to other bitches and shit like that too. So she come and show her little wedding band. So you know, I play flirt like I'm man. Like, yeah, I snatched that wedding band off your shit. Know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. What are you talking about, right? I was like, oh, so you married now and all that shit like that? So she was a little mad. Maria wasn't talking to me no more. Know what I'm saying? None of them bitches came to my section that day. So now let's get to this other shit. So it was a Dominican kid, a dark-skinned nigga, right? He had the little light brown now. You thought he was a pretty boy, but I'm fly as fuck, nigga. Like, you regular, smegular, nigga. I'm coming, I'm putting it on, right? So this nigga, he was hating on me. So remember the two sisters, the one with the light brown eyes and shit, and the other one was not all that in the face, but she had the fat ass. So now he trying to talk to her. So this nigga is mad that I'm bagging these fucking Spanish bitches. This nigga's mad, right? So my word, my nigga, this nigga just was hating on me and shit like that. So they got the bathroom downstairs and shit where you put your, in the locker, got the locker, you put your coat and all that shit. And yo, my niggas wasn't stealing in there. I could take my chain off and put that shit, cause you ain't supposed to wear a chain. So one time I came put a big ass, I just put that shit in my pocket. Niggas seen it and niggas ain't even fuck with it. They ain't take it, my nigga. So I went down there, you know what I'm saying? And I went in the shower. Was it a shower area or some shit like that? A room or whatever the fuck where niggas keep their shit look like a shower, right? So what's up, my nigga? So we had other niggas down there eating and shit and their little motherfucking shit. So what's up? Know what I'm saying? What's up? Shit, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm tired of this nigga, bro. This nigga's hating on me. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga ain't really want no smoke. So the other kid that hang with him all the time was like, nah, chill. He don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go. So now it's animosity. Now it's animosity because I didn't punk you. Now you feeling some type of fucking way, right? So now, these two niggas, right? Him and the dude just said, nah, he don't want it. Like, leave that shit alone, right? So now it's a little animosity. So now I hear these niggas talking a little shit. So I go to the nigga that tell him, yo, leave that shit alone, such and such and such, right? So now I go to him first. I say, what's up, nigga? It's a fucking problem? Know what I'm saying? I'm telling nigga in Spanish, like, it's a fucking problem, nigga. Like, what's up? And niggas like, no. I said, yeah. He was like, no. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I agree. And I punked the shit out this bitch. So the Dominican bitch that be in the van that this Dominican nigga also liked, know what I'm saying? She was a little cutie, had a nice little body. She was from Washington Heights. So now she looking at that shit and she on my body. So now when we leave together, now she all close up on me and shit. Know what I'm saying? But the other nigga had tried to blow it up. So it was another Dominican kid that came there, right? He had like the braids and shit too. Had the little stocky, cool motherfucker. He was from New Jersey. So he already knew I'm the nigga that's getting the bitches in here. So the nigga cling to me because he knows, oh, who's getting the bitch? Let me cling with this nigga. Because you cling with this nigga, then you going to get put on too. So then I set him up with the two Colombian bitches. So now he's sitting over there with the two Colombian bitches every day. Only because, no, see, when you go to a job or you be like, okay, this the nigga right here, this one is getting the bitches. So you hang out with this nigga, and then you associate with the nigga that's getting the bitches, and you a fly nigga too. He had little sons, he had the braids like me, so he flexing with me. Now you getting the bitches too. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go. But at the end of the day, so the other nigga, man, that shit was just crazy, bro. So at the end of the day, man, yeah, that shit was kind of different. You feel me? But yeah, my nigga, that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my father was a pimp. But I never agreed with that pimp shit. You dig what I'm saying? Because one day I seen my father and shit when I was young, and he told a bitch, yo, this shit come up short. I need you to go back out there. The bitch was like, yo, it's raining. He's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You gotta dodge raindrops. Go out there and get my motherfucking money. So I'm like, damn. So I never wanted to be a pimp. So I ended up turning out to be a Mac. A Mac, the difference between a pimp and a Mac teach a bitch how to get money besides selling her pussy. So in the 80s, I had a little ring of bitches and shit that used to boost, and we used to get money and get all the name brands, go to the stores or the malls and shit with the duffel bags and bag all the name brand jeans and all of the other good shit and go to motherfucking Eighth Ave and sell that shit. You dig what I'm saying? So it's been pimp energy time in this motherfucker. But you know, it is what it is, man. So I'm about to sign the fuck off, man. It's your boy Stony Rockstar, yo. That shit was a different type of experience, nigga. After that job, the job lasted like 3 months. Cause you know your temp agency is only a temporary job. But that shit was the most fun I ever had, bro. But I'm telling you, man, there's certain type of skills and shit like that you use and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I said I wasn't gonna do it no more, but I ended up doing it again, right? So I ain't gonna lie. So I'm on the island, right? So I'm on the island. So I see this little CO baddie that I like and shit, right? So I use the same skills, the same technique. You know what I'm saying? So Shorty came through that day or whatever like that. I went over to her and shit, and I said like 1 word, 2 word, 3 word, and sped off. And the technique that I was using is also called the hot and cold technique. It's like when you go to a club or a bar and you see a bad bitch, right? And she's sitting there, and you go over there and you give her most wonderful compliments ever, right? And then you buy a drink or whatever, you just spin off. And you go back over there with your friends and shit like that, and you don't look at her for the rest of the night. Now she just high off the hit of dopamine that you gave her in her mind with a wonderful compliment that you gave her, right? And then now she's wondering about you, like, damn, who the fuck is that? Like, and you don't say nothing else to her. You don't look at her. The only way it's going to work if you don't look at her no more. You don't pay her no mind. You gave her that wonderful dopamine hit, and you just dip off the scene. So I said something to this police baddie, and I said 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things. We was already making eye contact. You see in the hall, make eye contact, boom, make eye contact, make eye contact. One day she was working in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I just pushed up on her. It was early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I made eye contact. I said something. Boom, she kept looking at me, went over, and I said 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, boom. And I complimented her the best that I could in this certain situation. So then I just sped off. And I went upstairs and locked my door. And the only way it's going to work is she don't see me no more until this bitch leave, right? So the next thing I know what I'm saying? Yeah. The next thing I know, ping, who that? On my motherfucking Facebook. Oh, shit. Yeah. Know what I'm saying? This shit really works. Because you throw your motherfucking hooks in a bitch. Spiritually. Bow, bow. Come here, bitch. Come here. Huh? Gotta understand the game. That's why I be like, bro, I gotta stop doing this shit, man, because the shit is demonic. You feel me? So that nigga, that shit is demonic. So I stopped doing it. I'm trying to stop doing it. Like for real, for real. So it's your boy Stony Rockstar, man. Salute.
Charm is seduction without sex. Charmers are consummate manipulators, masking their cleverness by creating a mood of pleasure and comfort. Their method is simple. They deflect attention from themselves and focus it on their target. They understand your spirit, feel your pain, adapt to your moods. In the presence of a charmer, you feel better about yourself. Charmers do not argue or fight, complain, or pester. What could be more seductive? By drawing you in with their indulgence, they make you dependent on them, and their power grows. Learn to cast the charmer's spell by aiming at people's primary weaknesses, vanity and self-esteem. Sexuality is extremely disruptive. The insecurities and emotions it stirs up can often cut short a relationship that would otherwise be deeper and longer lasting. The charmer's solution is to fulfill the aspects of sexuality that are so alluring and addictive: the focused attention, the boosted self-esteem, the pleasurable wooing, the understanding, real or illusory, but subtract the sex itself. It's not that the charmer represses or discourages sexuality. Lurking beneath the surface of any attempt at charm is a sexual tease, a possibility. Charm cannot exist without a hint of sexual tension. It cannot be maintained, however, unless sex is kept at bay or in the background. The word charm comes from the Latin carmen, a song, but also an incantation tied to the casting of a magical spell. The charmer implicitly grasps this history, casting a spell by giving people something that holds their attention, that fascinates them.
All right, so Robert Greene has a lot of strategies in his book, The Art of Seduction, that are considered evil from our culture's point of view. And a lot of people get triggered by it. But the truth is that even though you might consider those strategies evil, they still conform with human nature. He is still explaining a phenomenon. It's like describing the color of the sky or describing how animals eat. Just because you have to talk about gruesome shit like eating an animal alive or starting eating them from their ass and then going from there, like describing it doesn't make you a villain.
You don't want no beef with me. The click from the index finger leave you dead in the street. All up in the coffin looking nice and neat. You don't want no beef with me. You want to pay homage to me. Respect the motherfucking super G in me. So play your motherfucking position before you make that motherfucking transition from life to death. The motherfucking maggot's eating your body up, nigga, till there's nothing left. You don't want to get it poppin', let's get it poppin'. The twin 44 magnets keep hitting your ass, and it ain't no stopping. Your motherfucking ass will hit the air until you disappear. And the witness be standing there like you was never there. Motherfucker, come on, nigga. Stop playing with me before you get smashed. I crush your motherfucking mic. You ain't fucking with me, boy. This is a motherfucking